going back to the summary of last session. At the beginning of the game, we had a prior flashback, of the discussion of what had happened in Dorenithil between the party. There were a lot of things said, a lot of feelings that were hurt. The explanation that part of the party may or may not have been part of the tragedy that befell the temple in Nimmenel.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't
Everything's
worry
fine.
about it. Yep. But there are a lot of feelings hurt that day. Back to the battle at hand. When we round time back, the party was able to defeat the Bound Colossus in Robur, and they were able to obtain the 5 green orbs that were lodged into the Colossus. Also, they were able to harvest the heart of the fallen elemental as well. The next several weeks following were quite eventful. Raine and Melanie attempted to spend as much time with Shaddoc as possible. This included dealing with her animal hijinks, which there were many. And
Adopted Steve Irwin's child.
Yes, yes. This is what happens. And then there was also a discussion about the events that had taken place in Dorenithil. Tilda and Theo learned that Beatrix didn't like Theo, so there was a period of time where they were attempting to get her used to Theo more. Also, Tilda started having dreams. First about Maggie, then she met Belzor. Now she's now there's something about Pelor that's going on. Tegan, as promised, relayed information to Zaitari about the other creatures that have landed on this material plane. However, most of all the creatures that were found were already taken care of by the time the treasure hunters had heard about them. The last being one that was in Algor, which was possibly taken out by Gokor. Also, Tegan says his sword golem had started speaking, he thinks, though he was not able to decipher what language it was. So, you guys, Nenreen, would be possibly one person to help with the situation to see if they could understand what it was saying, if it was to speak again. Aoife's events were a little more complicated. The Disc of Nights kept on going back to her, like a jilted ex, pretty much.
Yeah, sure, that's a way to put it.
At the third week, Shar showed up, tempted to choke out Aoife, and then a bear jumped said goddess and pretty much told her or roared at her to get the fuck out. And in the morning, Aoife found a carved little model of a bear under her pillow that she went off to the library. So we are at about the third week of the preparations of the tournament. Was there anything anybody wanted to do?
By the way, I figured it out. It's just bittersweet. Come back. Hanging out as a bear.
Yeah. It's that easy. Yep.
How else would you explain a giant bear in our keep?
It makes sense.
Makes sense. Of course.
It's not albino, though.
Bittersweet wasn't albino?
But all of the animals were, weren't they, for them? Or am I mistaken?
I think you're mistaken.
Okay.
Sorry.
In that 3 weeks, would Raine have been able to get back a nymph from Iskin?
Could you repeat that?
My dagger from Iskin.
Oh
I had
yeah,
given it to him.
you could get that back easy. Actually, on week 3, speaking of getting your dagger back from Iskin, Chambers actually, finds you during this week. You're probably either potion making or talking with Shaddoc, whichever you prefer.
Like I say, why not both? But maybe not have the child around.
Maybe not have the
Not
chat.
yet.
Okay. Is Chambers finds you potion making probably and says, Raine, are you busy?
I just kind of peek out from behind, like rows and rows of bottles and steam going, and I turn down one of the fires. Go, what do you need, Chambers?
You have a visitor outside. It's a Goliath. It's actually 2 Goliaths. It's not the one that's been around here before. They look a little taller.
I'm for a fight.
There was a kind of starts going through the Rolodex. I never. Oh, okay. And then yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Show them to the entry hall, and then I'll finish up, make sure nothing's gonna burn down the potions or anything. Get them in order, and then go meet our Goliaths.
Okay. So when you get downstairs, it's the twins that are down there. It's the one that had that tag team wrestling match with Melanie and that gnome she partnered up with one time.
The night we had the sisters at the bar. Yeah.
Yep, that time. And you remember these are Leo's older brothers. If you recall, he called them Loa and Lanny.
So welcome to Rosewater Keep, Loa, Lanny. How can I help you?
The taller one of this, the slightly like half-inch taller one, who you know as Lanny says, oh, thank you. We actually were coming by because we're planning something for our little brother soon. I hear you must have heard the news.
Of course, who couldn't? I'm thinking, I'm not talking about the engagement. That's been a while. So I kind of like wait to see if that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, and they both nod. So, in tradition, well, we're gonna have a celebration, and we wanted to extend the invitation.
Oh, celebration.
Yeah.
Mild night, I imagine, huh? Elias?
Mm-hmm.
probably
And you're
murder
more
and
than
mayhem.
welcome to bring any of your friends if you wish. It's going to be a how do you guys and you see Loa says I guess really big shindig. Is that what people say around here? How would you translate Shaddoc? And you see Lanny kind of like helplessly shrug.
Maybe a kegger? Yeah.
There is going to be a lot of alcohol there. That's for sure. And other things. But you're more than welcome to come. It's gonna be a very large affair, so it's probably gonna be a month from now. And we just wanted to give you like enough heads up.
I think that should be clear. I think I'm going to have some friends that'll definitely be interested in joining.
Okay.
Sure.
Great.
So 1 month from now at where is it going to be?
So we plan on there's a barn outside of Lido. It's called at a place called Pumpkin Hill.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really? Where's Knuckles going to be there? We going to find the Chaos Emeralds? We got to find a lost piece?
Anyways, it's a nice name for a farm.
It is, but come on.
Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, 1 month from now, Pumpkin Hill. Party starts around, I guess, 8-ish. You know, a little mid-evening, so. Bring anybody you want. And bring anything you want, pretty much. And, you know, we look forward to having you there.
All right, I'll see you then.
All right, see you then. He gives you, like, a big, like, clap on the shoulder. Roll
I
a
imagine my shoulder is
strength- yeah.
dislodged.
Roll a strength check. I mean, strength saving throw, I guess.
Can I roll with advantage through the use of uncanny dodge? It's not really how it works, but you know, kind of.
Slaps you on the shoulder and you just
If you
disappear.
fail, I'd say
brain.
you could use uncanny dodge. It just mitigates damage, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, that's a good roll for me.
Okay.
It's an 11.
So he is holding back. For
Only be
sure.
laid up for a couple weeks now.
He is holding back, but you do stumble like 2 steps before he like kind of like jerks his hand back, realizing like what he's done. Like his other brother, who was good at like, you know, do the same to your other shoulder, just gives you a thumbs up.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it's all right. We're delicate people, you know.
so sorry. Yeah, like, they smile, wave, take their leave.
Wave, walk them out, shut the door. Ow! I'm going to the bath. I've got to soak this before it gets worse. I start walking towards there, rubbing my shoulder. We're
Okay.
finishing up motion tomorrow.
And you go off to go ice your shoulder. They have possibly tweaked. Aoife, I remember you had gone to the library to look up anything on that little carving you had found. Could you roll me a history check, please, while you're doing some research? Okay. I mean, there are a lot of stories about bears. Bears are protectors of nature if they are inserted in many tales throughout the realms. Why don't you give me, and I think at this point you would probably, look at the bear that you have in your possession a little more closely. Why don't you give me an investigation check as well? Okay. Okay, that's no problem. Yes, investigation, please. All right. So the first thing you notice about, it's very clear that this bear was carved from some type of shell of sorts. It has that like smooth consistency that, and they have particular grains that go one way, the same way a shell would. The second thing of that you notice is it's a decent job, but you figured like there are but people with much higher artisanal skill that could do much better. So it's okay. It's not like the best carved bear out of shell that you've probably ever will see in your lifetime. Yes, it's definitely a hobbyist. Definitely not like a professional's work at all. And it's not very detailed. Like there's an eye and there's like where a nose would be, but the paws aren't like detailed. Correct. Like it's like if somebody like drew like just a silhouette of a bear with an eye hole and like where its nose would be, that's pretty much what you got. The third thing that you notice about this exactly. It's just amateur work. I see where this is going. But yeah, there are no like symbols. There aren't any like runes. It just looks like a carved piece of shell. So nothing that you could possibly use in your research to try to say, okay, maybe this bear is related to this deity or this entity. Nothing like that. So you're coming up pretty short on your research currently. Was there anything else that you wanted to try to look for as I see you typing? Okay. All right. So you'll probably have to, probably the next day you could switch your focus on that because you probably were going pretty hard on the books for like a couple hours, seeing like which of possibly the nature gods were, possibly into this. Okay. Research on bear. Okay. Cool. Valerie, are you back?
Valerie, who that? But yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I haven't eaten yet because one, the pizza's hot, and two, I'm still in this fucking thing. But yes, I'm here.
Okay. Well, perhaps by the end of our conversation, then your pizza hut would be cooled down enough for you to eat.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I had to lock Coda up in the bedroom because I can't eat in peace anymore. He wants to eat every single piece of food that I have.
Oh.
So.
I feel you. Every time I get like a fast food burger, yeah, there's no way.
Oh my god, it's the worst because Odin is super into beef. Like he can smell it, and it's just like, give it to me.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Yeah, all three of the cats love like beef burgers. Like anything fast food is like. I think French fry doesn't eat the French fries anymore though. He's moved on to like cheeseburgers. And my cheese pizza, which he licked one time when it was on the table and I wasn't looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So I imagine that Zaitari has been telling Tegan what's been going on, like, tournament-wise since, you had asked.
Yeah.
Okay. And he pretty much knows your timeline at this point. And you guys know it's about 4 weeks once you had received, like, had gotten the invitations. So when he finds you, one day during week 3, and he asks you, Zaitari, I wanted to know if you had time to get dinner, like a nice, going out for like a date, like a proper date before you left for your next.
Oh, of course, my
adventure.
dear. If you want to take me out on a date, all you have to do is just, take me.
Splendid. Yeah, exactly. It's what I would like to do. What's your insight? Like just passive insight.
I believe My insight is like a +12, so it's probably like a 22 or 21.
All right. He, you guys have been together for some time now.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times when he does bring you out,
Yeah, it's a
he's
22.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times when he does bring you out, it's, like, let's go out, I like to treat you, you guys treat each other. It's, a
Mhm.
very healthy, fine, communicative relationship.
Mhm.
He seems nervous.
Okay.
He seems pretty nervous about something. What? You're not sure. Possibly something related to this date.
Mhm.
But yeah, that is for certain.
Yeah, I'll just squint at him.
He kind of like, all right, tonight or maybe tomorrow night or night after.
Sure thing.
Okay. All right, let's do tomorrow then. Let's just. Sorry, I'm just staring at the gift. Yeah, it's pretty much that. All those squinty eyes. Good. I'll see you tomorrow night. And he quickly walks away. I didn't expect the upside down one. Okay. So, Tilda, what are you up to these days besides trying to have your child get used to her father?
Well, first of all, I would like to point out that earlier you said her name was Beatrice. It's not. It's Beatrix.
Beatrix, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. And secondly, so Tilda was serious when she was talking about how she would like to find some way to give something to the families of the victims of the explosion in the Elven lands.
Mm-hmm.
So I am vaguely recalling something that I don't know if I ever said this out loud or if it was always just something in my head,
Mm-hmm.
like a headcanon about but something like I'm getting something about in my mind that Tilda's father has done, like, has been some sort of ambassador or something along those lines to the Elven lands.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was something that we confirmed or if that was something like I floated and you were like, no, that's not really going to work. And if I'm floating it again and you're like, no, that's not really going to work. That's totally fine. That was going to be Tilda's first stop, was to talk with him about, is there a way to make sure that aid gets to the intended parties and not just scooped up by the government.
Right. You can certainly talk to him about that. He, like, being a duke himself, he has had, like, ample international affair experience. So it's not unheard of for, like, the dukes of the country to have, like, because they essentially run their own duchy. So a lot of trade, especially since your region started with the auction houses, he's pretty knowledgeable of that kind of thing. So it wouldn't be unheard of that your father would probably have, like, especially on a trade like a trade affairs type of experience with the Elven lands, especially since most goods from the Elven lands are so highly sought after, especially the artisan items, that it wouldn't be uncommon for, you know, your father to deal with, especially like the merchants of like the middlemen or the merchants themselves of Dorenithil and Nimmenel.
Mm-hmm.
So if you speak with him, I mean, anytime you send a message, he'll, you know, he will make time for you, of course, because, you know, trying to have that relationship open.
Mm-hmm.
He will say, well, it is possible to, because he had, you know, he was, you know, of course heard what had happened. He looks a little like stoic for a moment when you start explaining this situation.
I mean,
Trying to
to
get
be fair, I'm not explaining the whole,
right,
like, my party might have been involved with this.
right,
It's just me, you know, kind of going like, if he asks why I'm trying to send, it's like, well, you know, it was a wedding, and it got me thinking that this could have happened at mine and Theodric's wedding, and, you know, it's a terrible thing to have happened, and all that stuff.
mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Yeah, I
he
figured
gets
that,
stoic.
but he, okay, so he said, he will say, well, there's probably several avenues you can go through to attempt to give aid to the people that were affected. Normally, I would say give the aid through their whatever religious groups are currently there. Church of Sahinine would be probably one of them. However, and he's kind of furrowing his brow. I'm not sure if that would be an ideal route at this time. Normally I would strongly suggest that route, but I don't think going through the religious highways would probably be a good idea right now. Wouldn't probably gonna be a good idea right now. And what you heard about the government is true from what I've heard myself. There is a third way, but I don't know if you'd want to take those avenues. The third way would be sneaking in aid through their black market.
And what would you know of their black market, Father?
He kind of pinches the bridge of his nose. Well, as you know, a lot of items from that region is highly sought after here. And it's not uncommon for a lot of things from that region to make their way to our part of the world through those means. I have dealt with a fair number of individuals who have snuck their goods in through ill means. And, the authorities have dealt with them in the proper way. But I know not everybody that deals their business that way gets caught. However, it's hard.
Hang on a second.
Mhm.
I'm really sorry. I really have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So I will be right back, guys. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
Feel free to play without me. You know.
Okay. All right. So.
You're a human, we think.
Okay. Well, while she goes to the bathroom, and after we talk about the black market, Melanie,
Yeah,
how you doing? So,
pretty good. I feel like I'm gonna find another animal.
no. It's like, what are your plans with this one-legged duck?
Oh my god. I'm just gonna have us make like a little small pond area for it,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and like make sure that it's safe-ish.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like maybe somewhere near the stables where it won't be eaten by a horse. We can go ahead and have him have a little enclosure, little duck-friendly space.
Weren't we gonna have Tegan make a prosthetic or something?
Yeah, I feel bad about having Tegan being such a facilitator of the like so far he's made a little house for Moose and but I mean let me check something.
Come on, Uncle Tegan.
Hold on. What level caster is Nenreen?
Nendrine, if I believe, like, he was, oh my god.
Could he cast a 7th level spell?
I think my highest one is 5th when I look back at the notes.
Okay, so he couldn't cast Regenerate anyway, unless he can cast a 7th level spell.
I don't think he could
So-
have at the time, yeah.
I didn't know if he'd leveled up at all from all of his research. So we don't have a grow the limb back. I was thinking maybe if Nenreen could cast Regenerate, I would say that she needed to talk to Nenreen and ask about what she could do to help Nenreen, and thus I'd kind of like earn the spell casting for the duck. So if Nenreen's able to cast that spell, that's the route we're going. If he's not, then we are going to do the same thing with Tegan. She's going to talk to Tegan and ask what she can do to help with any of his projects, anything that's actually like something that's her being helpful, even if it's just like cleaning up an area. And then after she's done like X amount of that, then we'll see what he can do about Foot. Like, I'll probably brief him on this before I tell her about this to
Okay.
make sure that he's chill with it.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I'll so Mel will go find Tegan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like he's working on making a different size cannon for different size swords.
Right, as one does.
As
of
one
course.
does. And he'll probably see you come through the door. He's like, "Oh, Melanie, can I help you with something?"
Tegan,
Yes.
I have a proposition for you.
Okay.
So you have, I'm sure, noticed my darling daughter's propensity for just adopting all the animals without our consent. You know, just getting them all in there. We live in a zoo.
Yes,
So
I nearly tripped over one of her new visitors the other day.
which one?
I believe this one was a snake.
I didn't know about that one. I will have to find out about that. We are going to have a talk about the fact that animals stay outside except for a very few who are able to come inside. Next I know, she's going to have a chipmunk just in her bed with her when she goes to sleep. So, anyway, she has a duckling that she found.
Mm-hmm.
Duckling's missing a foot.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
see.
So we made a little enclosure for said duckling, little pondy area where it swims in a circle, as one-footed ducks do.
Mm-hmm.
She, I thought, there was this play, that I saw, a very fanciful play in which a young boy befriends a dragon whose tail has gotten all messed up, and he makes a new piece of his tail, little prosthetic tail piece, and the dragon can fly again. It's a lovely story, very very popular in some areas. Anyway, and I thought, hey, Tegan's great with things, and I know he's made prosthetic hands, and I wonder if he could make a prosthetic foot for a duck. Now, I'm not going to just assume you might not be able to. That's fine. So maybe if you could take a look at the duck. Also, because this is sort of, like a favor that Shaddoc would be asking you, I was going to have her maybe do some work for you in return for the duck foot. Like maybe she could clean up somewhere for you or help with a project. Something that's actually, a helpful thing that she could do to earn, and there's like air quotes with this, a duck foot.
Roll an insight check.
Oh my god. This is just the most awkward, weird. Yo, buddy, my daughter has a duck. I need her to make a foot for it. Sorry, Mel's sheet is taking a minute to open up. I hadn't opened it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Insight.
Unless you want to use your passive.
No, 5. That's with advantage. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Okay. He's nodding. Yeah, I think I could. She could probably just sweep up. I'm sure that should be enough. Yeah, I could take a look at this.
Just so she learns that not everything's free. I don't want her to think that she can get anything she wants just by asking. I want her to learn about, the fact that you earn things sometimes.
Mhm.
So.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. I could take a look at the duckling's foot if you when I have some time. If you tell me where they are right now.
And I'll describe the little enclosure we made near the stable. And that the duck, and I'm like, honestly, it's something that you might want to wait until the duck's bigger anyway. It's still yellow. It's still very small. And so honestly, anything you do now might be very temporary because it's just going to grow right out of it. But honestly, if you can't do it, I understand. It's a duck, not, a human. Size differentials, all that sort of thing. So, I get it if it's not possible.
He looks at you. He's like, do you think it would be difficult for me?
It's a duck foot, Tegan. I have no idea how duck feet work. I don't know if you've ever studied ducks. And it feels like something that probably no one other than a weird duck enthusiast somewhere in the city would have information on duck feet. I'm not saying it's difficult, but how do you connect it? How does the duck use it? How do you train the duck to know how to use the foot? There's a lot of questions that I have. I'm not doubting your skills. I'm doubting just the premise of a prosthetic foot for a duck. I'm just worried that the duck will be confused more than anything else and just flop around and be sad. It's not you, it's the duck that I doubt.
I see.
It's not a magical duck or a smart duck. It's just a duck. It's
Mhm.
not trained. So, it might just get scared if you put a prosthetic foot on it. It might just be like, oh, what the shit? My foot's stuck in a trap, and try to gnaw the prosthetic foot off. There's just a lot of, moving parts about the Duckfoot that I don't know if the duck will be okay with.
Okay.
Not doubting your abilities. You made a sword golem that I heard maybe said something.
Yeah, I think it spoke, but I'm not sure what language. I didn't understand it at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me because it is from the Nine Hells.
Sorry, what now?
The person that procured it mentioned it was from the Nine Hells.
Okay, just a suggestion here. If it's talking and it's from hell and it shoots swords, maybe you should disengage the sword cannon until we find out whether or not this thing's going to come alive and kill all of us.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I would rather not have to murder your creation
It's
while having swords shot at me from the sword cannon that you created, which is impressive but also dangerous. So
I thought he mentioned this before.
I don't remember it. Melanie also probably doesn't. Melanie, I'm assuming, has not the best memory. Just because she doesn't. She's a little flighty sometimes. Perceptive, but you know.
Yeah, he did mention this before.
Okay. Okay. Well, I wasn't paying enough attention.
Anyways,
yes.
yeah, that's probably a very good idea. Yeah, I'll come take a look at the ducklings missing appendage when I have time, and speak to Shaddoc about possibly doing some work around the shop.
Wonderful.
Of course.
I will send her your way to ask, so that she has, she knows that she needs to talk to people and stuff, and that way. So yeah.
Okay. As you're leaving, you hear him set down his tools, and you hear some rustles of papers. You turn back. He's in his he's got his notebook, and he's like, duck foot. Okay, put one here, and take the weight capacity that the foot can possibly hold, and yeah, but it has to be a light metal, so aluminum probably will work. And that's the last of what you hear before you shut the door behind you.
And I will go find Shaddoc. Okay. And say, Shaddoc, 2 questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, 1 question, 1 statement.
Okay.
Firstly, do you have a snake in the house somewhere? Answer truthfully. Lying is bad.
There was.
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 What happened to it?
Moose ate it.
Yo! Oh, goodness. Okay, well, I don't need to tell you to take it outside then, but I will say, in the future, we don't mind that you befriend small animals. We understand. Animals are great. However, things like that are best kept outside.
Yeah.
We can even have maybe like a little area outside. And also, we would prefer, your mom and I, if you were to check with us before bringing in animals, so that we know, the contents of the home.
Okay.
Should we... Also, whenever it's a snake, we need to make sure that it's not poisonous.
Mm-hmm. Mom?
Now. Yes.
I might have something. I don't know if... She looks like... I might have brought something else.
Okay, well, what is it?
Well, it's she's like, I'm not sure how to describe it. Can I just show you?
Sure.
Okay. She will go under the bed and she will pull out a box. And she's like, it's in here. And when she opens the box, there is what can only be described as a ferret. But it's
Ooh.
green.
Oh. Where did you find this? Was it green when you found it?
Uh-huh.
Where did you find it?
Outside of the keep. Like in the bushes.
Interesting. Do I know of any creatures that look like this?
Oh, go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Of course this is an Arcana check. Ha!
Okay.
I know of all the green ferrets.
Okay. Give me a minute while I pull up its information. Like, it's
Are you guys enjoying the song?
ample information.
Yeah. What are you telling them? You want to play too? What character would you play?
Are you talking to?
Oh no. Could you guys not hear her talking to you guys?
Nope.
No.
Oh, wow, that's crazy that she was going. Oh, she was having a conversation.
Sounds like there might be a bird.
Oh, yeah. There she goes. Where did I put it? That's not it. Well, for starters, it's a ferret. It looks like a ferret, and it looks like there's lichen growing on it. Until you look closely, and then you realize that it's part of the animal.
So it's like a moss ferret.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Do I know what these things are called?
I am trying to find it.
And whether or not they are friendly.
That's not it.
Is it?
Where the fuck did I
Good
put it? In
silly.
which folder? Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. This is important.
Okay.
I found it. You know this as the fungus-furred flounder ferret. I'll get you a picture.
This is from yesterday. You just did this.
Shut up! I love this thing. And it's cute. Therefore, it will be in my game.
Oh, it's so cute.
See? Cute! God.
That's adorable.
Yes.
Do I know where this guy is, like, what sort of place it's supposed to live in?
In the woods. It's highly sought after alchemists.
Oh no. Well, that is interesting.
Give it to Raine. Let's see what happens. Make a potion out of it.
Yeah, we're gonna combine this and the weird health potion.
The when alchemists use it, do they shear it like a sheep and it's okay? Or is it something that they actually like use the ferret?
Typically they use the substance, the fungus that grows off the ferret.
But it doesn't hurt the ferret? Look.
Well, if you want to have the most potent of potions, you would probably use everything off the ferret and it would kill the ferret.
No. Okay. Well, Shaddoc, I don't think this little guy should be under your bed because I don't know that he's going to be very happy there. But, why don't we make a little house for him and put him near the woods because that's where these guys live normally. And we will, make sure that he stays safe.
Okay.
And we will make a little enclosure for the ferret. Like a little, kind of like people do with like stray cats, and they make like a little enclosure for the cat to live in.
Derek, just how much is it gonna cost to set up a petting zoo? Is it like the 2,500 like the other, like the baths and stuff? Because that's where we're at this point.
I mean, you guys have a lot of money. It's probably not that much.
I will mention to Raine after we start making a little enclosure for this guy. Well, actually, I'll say, before we make the little enclosure, why don't you go and grab Raine and see if she will help us.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Raine, you are found by your child. And she excitedly tells you that they have a ferret that has fungus on its back.
I just imagine it comes at me at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Exactly. Yep. And it takes her probably several times until you get the whole message.
Okay, so there's a ferret.
There's a ferret fungus on it, and Mom said we could keep it.
And she wants me to come, and we're gonna go help build the enclosure together.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's dragging you while she's like saying all this. Back to her room.
As we were dragged back to them, I hear we have another guest joining us.
Yes, we do. So, Raine. Yeah. I happen to know that you can, that the fungus that grows on this little guy can be handy. And I don't want anybody hurt, but if we were to make an enclosure for this little fella, it's possible that he could help us out occasionally.
Can I make a... Okay, so between what you said and I probably figure out this can be used in potions and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if that's what I think it is, that would actually be best because they can be safely used and reused. You don't want to, better to have the milk than one steak. I say to Melanie.
Raine, you can make a alchemist kit thing check
Alrighty.
associated with intelligence.
I got a number. I'll roll again. 16. That's
Okay.
a 16.
So the lichen that grows on its back is called Plevaria licari, and when the ferret is frightened, it will release these paralyzing spores that will do poison damage, as well as paralyze.
We should probably also really be careful not to scare it while it's in here. Does he look comfortable? Our child does seem to be quite the hand with animals. I'm probably not too worried, but
there is a large insect with the ferret, which it seems to be munching on. Doesn't really seem frightened of any of you.
little enclosure that pretty much only it can get into. It should be easy to do, easy to put together enough. I mean,
Yeah.
require Tegan,
No, he's working on something else. So speaking of enclosures, you know how we made an enclosure for your duck friend, Shaddoc?
Yeah.
Well, what I would like you to do, because you said you wanted to find out if we could maybe get a foot made for your friend, the duck. Does the duck have a name?
Quackers.
Quackers, I love it. Okay. So Quackers, of course, is, and I'm kind of like filling in. Come here. Kind of filling in Raine as I'm saying this. Quackers, of course, is missing a foot, and what you can do, my dear, is you can ask Tegan if he would be willing to help, and if there's something you could do, maybe help around the his workshop to to go ahead and help him in exchange for him helping Quackers. Does that sound reasonable?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
but only touch the things he asks you to touch. And
yes, you must be very careful anytime you're helping with Tegan, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So that we will deal with after making the enclosure for is there a name for this little guy?
call him Cheese.
Can we?
Of course, if that's what you want to name him.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese and Quackers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Bravo. Or actually, brava. Brava. Bravissima.
But yeah, Raine, you also know with that 16, this guy could be harvested once a day safely.
The substance, the Pluvaria, is it like dangerous in its form? I mean, like I'm imagining you're not gonna pet it and whatever it is gonna kill someone, right?
So you know that it's the spores from the lichen that grows from its back is the main culprit. Hence why you would have to harvest it because it's the spores that come along with it. When it releases during its defensive mechanism.
So I'm sorry. Do you just yell "boo" at this ferret? And
No, typically, like, to get enough of the spores to make potions or other concoctions, you would have to physically harvest it.
does it hurt the ferret? That's what we're asking, though.
Right. It doesn't hurt the ferret. You can't just do it, like, you can do it once, like, harvest once a day. Anything more will, like, overstress the ferret and possibly kill it.
Oh,
I'll try
goodness gracious.
I'll try to pet it and harvest it as we're talking.
Okay. Then I need you to make a sleight of hand check. Yeah, easy. Like, he's too busy munching on this insect to, like, really feel like you clipping, like, the outer layers of the lichen. He must have been really hungry.
Give him a scritch as I clip.
Scritch clip.
Mm-hmm. He's into it. The other thing you've noticed, Raine, is he's very docile for being a wild animal.
How did you find him, Shaddoc?
He was outside in the bushes.
And did he just come up to you? Did you give him food?
Well, I tried a couple things. First I gave him some apples, but he didn't want any, and then I tried to give him a sandwich, and he didn't want it. And then I gave him a worm, and then he ate it.
You certainly seem to have a very good way with animals. I would say you have expertise in animal handling.
She's happy.
Oh shit. Well, we can certainly go down to the shed to get some wood, some hand tools, and get working on our little enclosure for cheese here.
Yay! And she's already running down towards the shed. All right, so you guys go work on your new ferret shed for cheese. Tilda, back to you. So your father has just told you, like, yeah, the black market. It's not really uncommon because it's so hard to get shit here. And I've heard a lot about it. And he also mentions a lot of the black market customers that go the other way. He's heard deal with the more downtrodden members of society in that area. In so many words.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what you just said. So there are black market folk who are not really black market people. They're charity workers.
No, so
but they go like under the radar. I don't understand.
So the black market pretty much operates, the people with they are the people with the means if you can provide the cost.
Okay.
And if wealthy people aren't exactly looking for like basic need supplies.
No.
That's usually the people that are like are impoverished. So they do supply things to those who are poor because they're the ones looking for such things, as long as they have the means to pony up, so to speak. However,
Tilda.
however your father explains, if you want to do things a little more quickly, that's usually faster than going through the government. But if you are fine with things getting there at their own pace, the church is probably the best way to do things, especially the not lesser known, but less popular church factions that are in that area. Such as Pelor. There are worshippers of Pelor there. They're not just as large there as they are in in our area.
I think perhaps a little of both would be the ideal situation here. Do you have fairly trustworthy contacts within the black market?
I know a few people
I'm sure.
who know people.
We are nothing if not people.
Mm-hmm.
Says the woman who has no friends at the moment. She sort of pours more tea for her father, because I figure we're over tea.
Yep.
Doing this over tea. And says, well, why don't you tell me about them and how I can get into contact with them, and then perhaps I'll let you visit with your granddaughter.
So he'll tell you several names that you know of. There are several popular merchants that he name drops that you know that like sell like exotic wood furniture. The first name is a Harry Smith that you know that you have seen on occasion, and you thought he brought in a couple like nice cabinets and like tables. His artisans do like exquisite like work, but apparently according to your father, he does do a little bit of under the table trading on the side, so to speak.
Never would have imagined Harry
Mm-hmm.
doing such things.
Well, the furniture business is not as lucrative as one would think. The other person that he names drops is a person named Cynthia Greene. She deals with. She is not herself, but she is like kind of the middleman for a lot of jewelry exchanges in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently she also has a small side business as well, like Harry does. And now that you're hearing about this, you start slowly putting the pieces together, because Harry does deal with a lot of like exotic woods that are only available in the Elven lands. As well as Cynthia, who also deals in a lot of stones that would be hard to access unless you had contacts in those areas as well. Actually, a lot of her things, like the higher quality items, would only be available through the Underdark.
Really?
Some of the stones are very like difficult to get. And they're very far and few between. But when you've heard of people who have acquired them for, to make the biggest of fashion statements,
of course,
her name's usually involved in the exchanges.
Well, Cynthia is certainly a more expected person for this list. Not that I ever suspected. It's just given excuse me. Yeah. Given her proclivity towards things coming from the underdog, that it makes sense.
Yes. You would probably like, yeah. He nods at that. In fact, that lady Radelli from Gadarn, and it was big news. This was about like 2 years ago. It was big news when she acquired a flame opal from her husband for an engagement ring, and this thing was easily like 4 carats. It was like, and those are like superbly hard to come by unless you have connections, which Cynthia was one of them, from what you've heard. It's Yep. And your father just nods. Those are the two I can think of immediately.
Why did you never get me a fire opal, father? Papa? I'm joking.
Well, they don't exactly grow on trees. And of course, they usually go to the highest of bidders. But maybe I'll get Trixie one when she's a little older.
I was just about to say it's in poor taste for the auction house to do any bidding, but
But you did promise I could see my granddaughter, did you not?
I said I might let you see your granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
And he'll follow you.
Yep. Just bring him to the nursery.
Yep.
Where she's just been taking a nap.
Yep. And he's already he's already brought like several presents for her, and an assortment of things, and he's enamored by her, of course.
I would expect nothing less from the man who basically just threw nice things at his daughters so that maybe they wouldn't pay attention to the fact that he was very rarely around.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, he will do that, and he will dote on Trixie. Aoife, was there anything? Right, you wanted to check on nature spirits at this point.
Check on nature.
Check on the nature of things. Nature spirits, not gods. Okay. So this is going to be a few days after you start your research on nature spirits. You can go ahead and roll like an investigation check on that as well. Yeah, sure. I'll give you advantage since Nenrin would be helping you. Wow. There are a lot of stories about nature spirits. Like if you Sorry, I gotta go feed my cat. Ketchup screaming at me.
Nothing. Just I've got my Sims 4 game up for when I'm not talking. It can, so that I'm not, deeply distracted. I'm just a little bit distracted.
It's your fidget spinner.
Yeah, basically. And I'm just kind of thinking about if I like this house that I'm building or not.
Gotcha. I'm
Also,
not
Lynn,
the
I
best at
am
building
human.
houses.
I heard that right
Oh
before
no, I
I
was just
like
being silly.
Yeah, I know. No, I was genuinely worried you didn't think I was human.
I mean, everyone that you meet on the internet could be a robot. So I've never actually seen any of you in person. So you
No,
could
but
be
Darren
robots.
has.
That's true. That's true. But she could also be a robot covering for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say we're not just all living in a simulation? So.
I'm back.
Yeah,
Like The Sims 4, yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
The
I
fact
occasionally
that
see a weird floating rhombus in front of my head or above my
Mm.
head. You know.
No, that
And the
makes sense
fact
why we
that,
can't understand you all the time.
yeah. Felipe Labadoo.
The cat has been fed.
Congratulations, Cat.
Yeah, Ketchup was just, looked
Floor
at his
should be.
bowls, just looked at me and went, meow. And I'm like, fine. I know what this means. Usually it's French fry. Yeah, it's very difficult to find, to pinpoint a nature spirit connection with a carved bear. It's very difficult. And for a while, after hours of researching Aoife, you probably need to take a break. Because you are not getting anywhere. The more questions you have, the more spirits you have. Yeah, go meditate. Don't wreck the books and get banned before Ninreen rebans you from the library, pretty much. So you go take a meditating break. So Zaitari.
Yes.
It is the night of your date.
Great.
Tegan is, Tegan arranges for a carriage to be brought up to the keep.
Ooh, fancy.
Yep. And he asks you to, step on. And you guys go to you guys don't go to the city. You guys go to a secluded field where the night sky is clear as well. There's no clouds in the sky at all. It's actually very reminiscent of one of the earlier outings you guys had, where he had a small, ensemble play for you two, if you remember that. And when you get to this field, which is absolutely, dotted tastefully with nice trees, there are fields of what you think are orange poppies.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was looking at the chat.
I have been searching for that GIF. You don't since last week. Been searching for a GIF of something in that moment. Since you mentioned it. Sorry, since you mentioned bear carving.
And there's already a blanket that's put out. There is there's some champagne that's being chilled in a bucket. There's an assortment of couchery and other things that you'd find on a couchery board.
Mm-hmm.
And, he, leads you to the blanket and, starts, talking with you, making pleasant conversation with you. As the stars twinkle above.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, after you've, eaten your fill, he asks you if you brought your sitar.
I will, with a flourish of my hand, it'll appear in my hand. Oh, sitar.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, did he tell me to bring my bag of holding?
He probably told you to bring your bag of holding.
Then yes, I have it with me.
Okay. And he asks you if you can play a certain series of notes in a particular order.
Sure, I don't see why not.
Okay.
That's literally all of what music is.
Well,
That's
I don't know. Oh, come on, Ro. I wouldn't be that obvious. And and you begin playing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of scratches the back of his head for a minute. And you play the notes over and over again. And when you get to a particular rhythm, he actually starts singing.
Oh.
And he sings, "Come to me, the night is dark. Come to me, the night is long. Sing for me, I'll sing along. Sing for me, oh, sing for me. Sway with me, we'll make them scream. Dance with me, we'll make them bleed. Sing for me, I'll sing along. Sing for me, oh, sing for me. Listen, do you hear it? Listen, do you feel it? Listen, I'm calling you. Listen, you do know me. Listen, swing and roll me. Listen, I'm calling you." And it's a pretty simple song. That goes on for a little bit. And he was pretty nervous when he started singing.
I could tell.
Yeah. But as he sings for a little, the song's only like 2 minutes at most. And eventually he stops and he like kind of like gets a little red. And he's like, and he, after the song ends, after you take your cue to stop playing, he says, "I do admit I'm not very good at writing music like you are, so I had a little help from some friends, but
I'll give him a big kiss on the cheek and just say, "It was lovely, my dear."
Thanks. But he says, "I at least wanted." Possibly. It's possible. But I wanted to like do something special for you before you left. Cause and he kind of just trails off at that point.
I'm not going to die. When has that happened? Never. I will be fine.
I know you will be. just get a little nervous, you know?
It's completely understandable. We do some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. I can't. Sorry. Yeah, but I at least wanted to have one more like really nice evening with you before you left.
Of course, I appreciate the lovely gesture, my dear.
Mm.
But there's nothing else you had planned for tonight?
Well, I mean, and he kind of looks up, and he like he starts sweating a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, he, 1 second. He kind of like waves his hand above his head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
That's... Sorry, I'm pregnant. That's good. That's good.
And that's when you hear the first firework go off. And when you turn around, there are plumes of red and orange and green that start firing off into the air. And he sighs in relief. And you hear her mumble on herself, "Oh my gosh. Why did that take so long?" So yes, he also had a firework display for you.
Okay.
Just took a little longer than expected.
Mm-hmm. I will lovingly watch the fireworks display with him. But you might have to remind me, Darren. When I proposed, did he also give me a ring, or has that not happened yet?
He gave you a ring.
Okay. All right.
But that was before your proposal.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, this has been an absolutely lovely evening, but there's nothing else that you might have planned? I start doing with my eyebrows like, huh?
He kind of like, right. And at this point, he starts panicking again. He's like, "Oh no." 1 second. He's already like going into like the picnic basket.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, just give me a moment."
Just what? I mean, that would be great, but then like after, she would still be like, "There's nothing else."
Poor Tegan. He clearly has anxiety, and he got, all caught up in...
the most outgoing person.
Yeah. Not only the most outgoing, but the most, like... What's the word I'm looking for? Demanding?
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything else?
Well, she's trying to be like,
No, I
nice.
know.
I mean, she's being nice about it, but she's just hinting, like,
Is this it? Yeah, no,
yeah. And then
and like he's like, "Oh, thank goodness." Yes, there was one more thing, and he reveals under a hidden compartment in the picnic basket a a small velvet jewelry box. There we go. Blech. I forgot what they were called for a minute. I still don't know what they're called for a minute.
Shiny keeper.
The shiny keeper.
The thing the ring goes in.
The thing the ring goes in, and he gets on his knee, and he says, I know you proposed to me already, but I thought, you deserve, or you should.
Not laughing at you, I'm sorry. Laughing at the real world. Don't worry about it. Bye.
He just gives you the box because he is flabbergasted. Not flabbergasted.
He's not gonna open it, and
he opens it, of course.
Okay. I stick my hand out, kind of like do the finger waggle, and I say, "Of course, my dear." The answer is always yes.
That's the one. There we go.
Oh, it's so pretty.
He may not be good with words, but he can make stuff.
Mm-hmm. He is good with his hands. And that's when Zaitari's gonna say, "You want to bang under the stars? This has been an amazing night."
He doesn't even answer. He smiles and he immediately kisses you.
Yep.
We just pan up and a bunch of white fireworks start going off.
Exactly. Okay. So date, ring, awkward, anxiety-ridden Tegan.
So by the way, do we get to see what the ring looks like, or
You can show them if you want.
I guess.
I can link it. Hold
I
on.
guess.
No, I'll do it. I got
Okay,
it.
You got it.
Ooh,
Very
it is
pretty.
It's very Zaitari style.
Mm-hmm.
Not as crazy on the gems, but this is good for an engagement ring.
Fuck up the wedding ring. No.
Yeah. Maybe in like a couple days, Zaitari will probably visit Tegan in the workshop and say like, "So I have some thoughts on the wedding ring," and like, we'll just give some details about like, "Oh, what if you did like leaves encrusted in gems and look like this, and this, that kind of thing." So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you guys bang. Segue.
So you guys bang.
Segue back to Raine. You have successfully harvested your new daughter's pet cheese. Congratulations.
Your daughter's new pet, not
pet.
your new daughter's pet.
Your daughter's. Anyways, the ferret.
Now we're building a ferret house.
Yeah, now you're building a ferret house. Also, while your relic is sighing on the inside.
This relic is like, what the fuck?
It's like, why am I here?
This is so fucking domestic.
Look, it's not my fault. If you'd come to like a year earlier, we could have had fun. We would have been banging under the stars. But no.
But no.
By the way, one other little thing. We have an invitation to a party, Melanie.
What now?
A party, a Goliath bachelor party. That should be interesting, I think.
That sounds insane. Yes.
I do have to talk to everyone else, but apparently it's a tradition. It'll be held at the Pumpkin Hill outside of Valido in about a month. Yeah, the twins. You remember the twins?
Of course. We beat each other up. It was good times.
It's usually how you know people.
Oh, I know a surprising number of people, actually.
I imagine Zatara will want to go, of course.
Oh, yes.
It's a little rougher than she likes it, but you know.
You don't know that.
I imagine. Why not? No,
Tilda,
yeah.
of course. Well, I think Tilda will want to go, don't you?
Well, I think she'll definitely have it be an interesting experience. You know, also, I'm not gonna lie. I'm making some assumptions about a Goliath wedding, and Goliath bachelor party. Might want to ask Nenreen, just so we don't go in with the wrong idea.
What idea?
Well, I'm assuming it's going to be a bachelor party to end all bachelor parties, Goliath, so... and fighting and drinking, and I imagine it'd be quite crazy, but you know, I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't know a lot about Goliath culture. I don't want to assume.
Sure that we can just go in with open minds.
Well, let's be polite. I was gonna just, you know, look up a few things. You know, I don't want to show up with, you know, the wrong gift or whatever.
Oh, that is a good point.
I mean, I don't want to ruin my little brother's wedding. That would not be good.
Yeah, he would not like that.
I mean, kind of toys with one of the things on her belt and then leaves it alone.
Okay.
And looks back. Just
In your head, Raine, you hear, "Are you a freaking wuss?"
Just fucking do it.
yes,
Do it.
Just are you okay? You look gassy. Are you okay?
I kind of point to the belt. It's very bored at the moment. We're gonna like go out and hunt or kill something. I think. Maybe I could jump off, you know, like the second story now that I got the, you know, dagger back from Miskin.
I don't know why getting the dagger back from Miskin means that you should jump off the second story. I'm not really following that logic, but
Why don't you go up there and find out?
you want me to jump off the second story?
Sure, I think we should all go jump off the second story.
Are you well? I'm gonna put a hand on her forehead and like make sure she's not like fevered. You want our daughter? Like, I'm assuming that we're still putting together the fair enclosure. You want our daughter to jump off the second story of our keep?
Would you like to try that?
No, she wouldn't. You're not allowed to jump off the second story of anything, dear.
Only when you're with me, and only if I say so. Don't you trust me, Melanie? What was that? That just sounded like a squeak. Is that accurate?
Yeah, pretty much.
Go full Latin. Don't you trust me?
I mean, I do, but this just sounds like a bad idea. Okay, well, I think that we're pretty much done here. Let's go up onto the second story.
All right. Yep. We're gonna go skydiving, guys.
All right.
Okay.
You guys go to the second story. Okay. It's a nice day.
Now, Shaddoc, I want to make one thing very clear. This is something you can only do with me around. You understand?
Yeah.
All right.
Even she's like, what's going on?
All right, so we're going to jump on the count of 3, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And I'll jump.
Mel will jump.
And as soon as we jump, I will cast Featherfall.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Why did you guys think this was going?
I remember.
Oh, I thought you had Hellfire. Hellfire,
Yes.
I didn't think you'd cast Featherfall.
No, Hellfire cannot cast, but that is, that's why I asked about. Well, that's not why.
Yep.
That's why. Good. So when we land, they're like, that wasn't so bad. You look sick, Melanie. You look like you're about ready to be sick.
Confused on where that was going.
Look, I'm just saying. I think, is that exciting enough? To silently, too.
You hear? Ah!
There's really no pleasing this.
It's just like how preteens just stick their finger in their mouths and gag themselves.
Exactly.
I just imagine it's like that.
Yep.
How did we do on construction of our ferret thing?
Better roll a percentile die. Average. It's an average ferret enclosure.
Did you give us the cottage core gay bonus? Did you factor that?
It's true. Cottagecore is very lesbian.
Oh, okay. Then still average. Sorry.
Damn.
Carrot enclosure. Mutant carrots.
Give it time. Give it time.
Okay. If that is all, we will move on. After that rousing jumping off the second stories.
Always.
Yep.
Always fun.
Always fun.
No tackling a random person in the store, but
Yeah, exactly.
That's definitely more fun.
Okay. You get the sending from Morley Zaitari.
Mm-hmm.
That the Monday following after, the Monday, next Monday, this upcoming Monday, anybody who is going to be participating in the tournament should each have an orb on them.
Okay.
There will be an announcement that will be given soon through them. And then you guys will have in so many sendings, so you'll have a particular length of time to prepare, and then you go.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to decide who you want your 5 to be.
Yeah. I'm gonna send in one of those replies back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Any word on that tuning fork?
That was my next message. It's all set.
Oh, wonderful. We'll be there to visit later today, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna go find Aoife.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm gonna send her a message over the brooch. That makes it easier.
So Aoife, you receive the message over the brooch?
Basically, if you want to, got a message from Morley. The tuning fork has been set. If you want to yeet the chakram into the plane of ooze, please meet me at XYZ location, and I will teleport us accordingly.
Okay. Yeah, she shows up in 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Then I will teleport us directly to Morley's tower.
All right. He is in the same sitting room that you guys had met him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Oh, excellent. Thank you for dropping by." He, goes in his robes of many pockets
Mm-hmm.
and produces the said tuning fork.
Mhm.
Here you go.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We can either visit for the day, or if you like, you can send us back where we came from. Because unfortunately, I can only do that once a day.
Oh, if you guys want to go back immediately, yeah, you can definitely use the room again. Haven't used it since you guys were here last, so it should be all charged up and ready to go. This way, please. I've been really, really busy. Master Lyris has been having me do a lot of things to get ready for this tournament.
Yes. I've been hearing reports of the other creatures that have been sent basically as invitations
Mm-hmm.
or tests, I suppose.
Yeah. I've been helping him with some of the other creature invites as well.
There was a ghost dragon. Not well, I should say not a ghost dragon. It was a dragon made of ghosts.
He pauses for a moment, and then he does like that eyebrow raise, and then his eyebrows settle back in. Yeah, that sounds like Master Lyris. He always has kooky things of that nature.
And then there was something about a what's it called? It was a clock tower that appeared out of the ground.
Oh, he sent the. Oh.
That's the one I'm most curious about. Could you tell me what that?
That one? Yes. I've never seen it myself, but he Master Lyris and some of his other employees. I guess I'm an employee. Told me about it. It's known as a Clockwork Reliquary.
Interesting.
Basically, there was a powerful wizard who made a device where, after he left the earthly realm, would put himself in it in an animated casket, and somehow that powered the device. I'm not sure about the semantics, but it shot these like beams at people, like sort of like like a prismatic rays sort of deal. And it moved around on like metallic legs.
That sounds positively wild.
Yes.
And that's also the thing that your, I should say, I guess, former acquaintance Aoife punched a hole through. At least I'm taking a guess, anyways, that because Tegan reported that whatever killed it punched a hole through the coffin. So.
I see. Yes. That would worry me. Because I think the casket was made out of antimantium.
Well, he apparently punched his way through it, so.
I do not want to ever see that guy again.
I would imagine not.
Well, I'm glad he hasn't been around. Yes. That was more of that and the dragon were the weirder things that I'd heard of. I heard rumors of the other things that have been sent to the other planes. But yeah, the Clockwork Reliquary and the Dragon Maid of Ghosts are definitely high on that list.
I think the other thing was a. This is Mallory not remembering.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a kraken? It was essentially a kraken, right?
It was a very, 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 very big shark.
Oh, okay, that's right. The other thing was a fucking huge shark. So
that would make sense, I think.
So that's everything that I've heard about, anyways.
Yeah, well, perhaps when you meet the other combatants, I'll tell you what they went after.
Yeah, sure. And what day is it that we need to wait out for this? And you said next week?
Yeah, Monday. Just
Monday.
make sure that everybody that's going to be going with you has their orb by Monday.
Okay.
And he will relay the message of the exact time that you guys will be transported.
Great. I shall inform the others.
Splendid. He leads you to the room, starts inputting coordinates. All right. Well, hold on to something, and I wish you luck. It's gonna
Thank
be.
you.
Well, I've never been to Master Lyrus's realm proper, so it's gonna be a really.
I bet it'll be
interesting
interesting.
Yeah, it'll be certainly interesting. Good luck. Shuts the door.
Mm-hmm.
Machine starts whirling. Please roll Constitution saving throws.
Sure.
Aoife
My
and
best
Cytherea.
thing.
Yeah, by the time the ride ends, you are nauseous.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I mean, I'm sure as soon as like I'm gonna try to hold it in,
Yeah.
get to somewhere where I can throw up and be
Yeah.
decent.
Yep. Once you enter the teleportation area, you can probably find a washroom.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I'll look over to Aoife after I come out of the bathroom and say, "Why, is somebody else pregnant?" But no, I'm not. Oh, I see.
No. Oh, I see.
But no, I've had this prepared just for when Morley would be ready with his tuning fork. So whenever you're ready, just take out the chakram and I will teleport it into the plane of ooze. Pregante. Un pregante. How ooze get pregnant? Pregananant. Jesus Christ. Well, not Jesus Christ. By the gods, she tried to kill you. Well, I guess that doesn't really surprise me, considering that we know to what lengths she'll go to now, but still, what the fuck? Consent. Can't you just figure out that you don't want to be with her anymore? Like, damn. Fuck her. I don't care if we're on her bad side. Let's go kill her, if it comes to that. Bunch of bullshit. Well, if you see her again, we're in the keep. Feel free to say something over the brooch. We'll definitely come help. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if there was a goddess over my body and trying to strangle the life out of me, I imagine it would also be quite difficult to think. But I'm glad that you're all right, at the very least. Hopefully getting this relic out of here will help alleviate some of that happening. Uh, if you like, I don't think any of us would mind sleeping in your room with you to keep watch to make sure nothing untoward happens. I know you're not dead yet, but I certainly don't want you to die, Eva. I definitely wouldn't mind if you wanted somebody there.
What are you trying to like insight? I'm sure you're about to tell me, ask me.
Whatever it is, Eva sees it.
Okay. How sincere is Zaitari being?
Oh,
Unless you
completely
wanted to
sincere.
do a counter roll, but I assume I make the assumption you don't.
I mean, no. I mean, Eva, Jesus. Zaitari's being completely sincere. She doesn't want anybody that's her friend to die. Technically, I'm not married yet. Technically, yes. But I'm not trying to push it. I'm just saying the offer's always open. If you want somebody in the room to keep watch over you, I'm sure that we can figure something out. We have tons of magic on our side. We can figure it out. Shit, I could even just set up the hold on, this is Mallory brain farting. The mansion on days where I don't have to teleport us around places, and maybe that might help things if you're not like in the pocket dimension. I mean, she's a goddess, but who knows what her reach is. No, I would think more so just having a big open sleeping area that we can all be in, that kind of thing. Well, if you died inside of my mansion, I'm fairly sure that your remains would get spat out again because they're technically not supposed to be in there. So, no, not an easy cleanup. There's no shame in asking for help, Aoife. I know it's hard, but we do all care about you, whether you believe it or not. So... I'm certainly not going to tell you what to do or try to convince you of anything, because you're 17 and that would be like shouting at a rock and telling it to be water. But have you handed Zaitari the chakram? Okay. Then after our conversation, Zaitari will put it on the ground, kind of like ting the tuning fork to it, and cast plane shift on it and poof it out of existence. I'm fairly sure I can do that today. I think it's a 6th level spell. Let me just double check.
Okay.
Oh no, it's 7th level spell. Shit. Okay, well, all of this happens tomorrow. Because it is a 7th level spell. I thought it was 6th level. That's why I thought I could do all this today. But yeah.
Okay. Before, you poof the relic into the plane of ooze. Aoife, that night when you're sleeping, are you sleeping in your room or are you sleeping outside? You're okay in your room. When you're sleeping, you get like right. Okay, cool. You get a nagging feeling in your head. And when you open your eyes, that bear that was there that night is sleeping on your rug.
You should get a bearskin rug just for the next time it comes in.
Just sleeping, just kind of snoozing. Kind of just lifts its head. Just kind of like gives you like that curious German Shepherd husky like ear cock to the side. Like kind of chuffs and just puts its head back down and like just kind of like keeps an eye, like one eye open on the door and one eye open on the windows. So eyes on entrances. Okay. Okay. But the following day, you guys attempt to poof the relic into the plane of ooze, and you easily do so, or you think you do so. All right. So, Tilda, how are we doing with the baby situation? Mallory, if you're trying to talk, I can't hear you.
No. I think my mic was just being activated because I was typing.
Oh.
But also I forgot I did want to mention that Zaitari, either through sending because I do believe that Tilda is not with us right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's at her own abode.
Mm-hmm.
Like either sending or seeing people at the keep. That the tournament would be Monday. Everybody needs to be like at this specific time, blah blah blah, have your orbs, so we need to have that decided who all is going and yada yada blah blah. But that's it.
So you send a message to Tilda?
Yeah.
You don't get a response back.
Okay. The message has been sent. That is all that she can do. So.
Okay. Tilda,
Anyway.
you get the message.
Mhm.
But one evening,
One enchanted evening.
one enchanted evening, exactly.
I
Theo
met a
has,
stranger.
taken Trixie, to just a walk, try to get her
Mhm.
to, or it's a carriage ride. You know how you used to put the kid in a car and drive around and have the kid try to get
Sure.
to sleep. Yep, carriage ride around
Okay.
the area, try to get Trixie to go to sleep. So you have been given some
Oh,
time
my
to
parents used to get me to sleep.
Yep, to nap, to take to rest, to do whatever you wish you want to do.
Mhm.
And while you were sleeping, you wake up. You're back in what can only be, you're a little further away from that gate. You started out at the last week's dream.
Yep.
And this time there is a woman there. You don't recognize her, or you don't think you recognize her. You've never seen her before.
Mhm.
So give me a moment. She is
Tilda, like,
yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
She's
If you're describing her,
yeah,
go
she's
ahead.
probably about 6 feet tall. Her skin is of like an alabaster quality to it. It doesn't quite look like skin.
You.
It looks more like stone,
Okay.
as if she was carved out of stone, but she
Right.
moves like a normal humanoid would. With a blue dress that is sleeveless, kind of more in the style of like a wrap, like similar to what like a toga would kind of look like.
Mhm.
And when you had woken up, you were already walking alongside her, heading towards that city.
I glance at her and kind of tilt my head slightly and say, "Well, Deacon, this is certainly a disguise I've never seen you wearing before, but I love the dress."
She smiles at you. And she smiles at you and nods, and seemingly goes into a discussion. It sounds like you had been It seems like she's been discussing something midway when you had said that.
Mm-hmm.
And it must have been something along the lines of some type of historical discussion. And you start getting pieces of... She's talking about a civilization that you've never heard of before. She begins talking about a very large country that you've never heard of before that lies to the south of Leona, that lies to the south of most of the countries, that is surrounded by storms, typhoons, whirlpools, that not a ship could easily get to. And even if they get past all the treacherous weather and water hazards, then it's not even possible to actually get onto the physical land itself unless they were invited or if there was some kind of freak accident.
What do you mean invited?
Well, either the individual would have to be individual or individuals would have to be very special. And there are certain highways and pathways to this land that only certain individuals would have access to. And you'd have to get there through there. Teleportation is not a ways through. More like, even if you knew where the country was, the continent was, you probably would just end up into the sea.
And why are you telling me all this?
Because, my dear Matilda, you might have to actually go there one day. You and the rest of your group. It was once one of my favorite civilizations. I'm a little disappointed in them now.
What do they... How did they earn your disfavor?
I don't like the way they hide. I don't like the way they've become selfish.
May I ask another question?
Yes, my dear?
And I stop and look directly at her and say, how am I supposed to help your husband?
At that point, she gives you a very broad smile. Oh, I knew there was a reason I really liked you.
I'm not gonna lie, I think a tear comes to Tilda's eye, just the overwhelming... Yeah.
Yeah. She puts a finger... Are you wearing the shards?
Sure.
Yeah. She puts a finger on the shards.
It's a dream, why not?
Yeah. You only have to listen. Listen to him. Follow him. That's how you can help him.
Who is he? in there. I'm sorry, my lady, but you cannot expect me not to ask as many questions as possible with this opportunity.
A very long time ago, there was a person who championed for the downtrodden, for the unfortunate, gave his life gladly and willingly, and unfortunately was not rewarded in his lifetime. I knew of him. My husband cared for him greatly, for who he was, what he stood for. And now he gives up his spirit and soul to try to guide others.
Well then, we'll have to make sure his sacrifice doesn't continue to go to waste.
Indeed.
Listen.
Well, I think, and at that point you hear a baby crying in the background.
Yeah.
And she fades away and you wake up. And there is Theo, who had quietly tried to come into the room, but Trixie woke up.
Oh.
And he just looks like crestfallen as he's in the doorway, like about to put Trixie in her crib. And he just looks at you and he's like, oh no.
It's all right, dearest. Bring her here.
Okay. She was sleeping so peacefully.
Just, you know, sort of Tilda sort of like actually when like he tries to bring the baby and like hand her to Tilda, Tilda just kind of like gently pushes Trixie back into his arms and brings like kind of motions for, and eventually like arranges it so that like so that Tilda herself is holding kind of Theo and Theo is holding Trixie.
All right. She soon calms down after some gentle rocking.
And just kind of like hand on the baby's head, just kind of like stroking a thumb against her forehead, getting the hair out of the way, you know. Just doing soothing things. There we are.
I'm sorry. I tried.
It's not your fault. You've just been away, and she hasn't gotten used to you. It's also, you know, as I've said before, she was within me for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's just getting used to the outside.
Right.
And so I spoke with Arathis, just now.
He
During
like kind
my-
of like arcs an eyebrow, like kind of has to do a double take. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what now?
I know your wife is very, very important for such important folk to contact her in her dreams.
What?
She was telling me about this land that was south
Mm-hmm.
of Leona, south of most places, and hidden by whirlpools and whatnot. Storms and such. She said that even if you get past those things, you might not make it to land unless you're invited or there's special circumstances or something. I don't know.
Strange.
And when I asked why she was telling me, she mentioned that I apparently will have to potentially go there, maybe.
Oh dear.
Was that oh dear? Or just him saying dear? Sorry.
Sorry. Dear. Yeah. Oh dear.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like oh dear, and kind of like
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, the inflection was not great.
Um.
Yes.
Also, I heard from Saitari
Okay.
about this. What is the word I'm looking for? No, seriously, the
Tournament?
tournament. Thank you. This tournament that she's competing in, and they're competing in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that means that Zaitari wants me to be part of the team, or if she was just letting us know.
Or
Personally, I am still
hmm.
rather upset at.
I mean, I'm not exactly happy with them either.
I know. Do you want me to go so that you can bond with Trixie?
Honestly, if I had the choice, I wouldn't want you to go ever.
The correct answer, as usual.
it's it's really I don't know. I'll be fine with whatever you decide. Or we can try to come up with a decision together. You know, we could do the old list the pros and cons on a piece of paper. Eh. But
Bells, we could build a parchment shears.
how
For the
long
record,
do
I
we
don't.
how long do we have to decide?
Monday.
Okay. So after this weekend then.
Mm-hmm. Why? What's happening this weekend?
Oh, and he just looks like nothing's happening this weekend. No, nothing at all. Just-
Theodric, I'm tired.
I know you are. Nothing bad, I assure you.
Did I forget our anniversary?
No. Wow, this is hitting close to real life. Cuz I just did.
Again?
He forgot to.
Okay.
He
Well,
just
in that case.
he remembered today. And then he reminded me. Um No, not an anniversary, but I'm just having a special weekend for us. We don't have to go anywhere, but you know, I have a couple plans.
Oh.
So it was supposed to be a surprise. So
Well, it is still.
but
I'll just pretend I didn't hear anything.
he looks relieved and grateful. Well, looks like she's finally asleep. I'll put her in her crib, and let's get some rest, shall we, dear?
All right.
All right.
How long has it been since the baby was born?
Oh my god. It's
It's hard to keep track because of all the.
Yeah, I know.
It's
plain
probably
shop.
been almost a month.
Yeah, it's about a month.
Okay, about a month.
Yeah.
All right.
It's about a month. As you fall asleep,
there's a bear in my room.
there's
No.
now a bear in your room.
There's a snake in my
Boo.
boot.
My boot.
You feel there's been a change in something.
Uh-oh.
You can't quite put your finger on it.
I'm scared.
And you'd probably know this innately. I'd like you to look at your relic sheet, please.
Ooh.
I might hold on. I have
brooches.
to hold on. That shouldn't be written twice, but it should still be there. Hold on.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, save changes. Okay, now you could look.
Ooh. Oh.
Sounds so exciting.
Ooh. Oh, well, that's a bummer. But, oh.
Real roller coaster of
Nice.
emotions over here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. I got new stuff, you guys.
It's the best when
Nice.
you get new stuff.
Shall I share?
Yeah, you can share if you wish.
Okay, so before I just had +1 to all spell saving throws and spell attacks, and resistance to radiant damage. Now I have white magic. You learn 2 cantrips of your choice from the cleric spell list. For you, these cantrips count as wizard cantrips. So no, I don't have to use my cleric save
Hooray!
for those things, or my cleric attack. You can add. Technically, it says you can 5 add spells.
Oh, you can
add
sorry.
5 spells.
Yes, sorry.
From the cleric spell list to your spell book when you add new spells to your spell book as normal. For you, these spells are considered wizard spells. 5 spells from the cleric spell list.
Nice.
I'm assuming there's no restrictions on that, just whatever level she can cast.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice.
And for you, these spells are considered wizard spells. In addition, you can cast cleric spells from a scroll as if they were a wizard spell. You cannot copy cleric spells from a scroll into your spellbook, though. So that's the down.
yeah,
not too bad. That's not
limited somehow.
Yeah. And I also have Pious Study. You gain proficiency with the religion skill, as well as learning to read, write, and speak your choice of abyssal, celestial, or infernal.
I think you already know 2 of the 3, so I think
I do.
Yeah, we know which one you're gonna pick.
But I'm just gonna. Oh look, I'm suddenly proficient in religion. Yay me! Learning to read, write, and speak. And that's all. But
yeah, that's all.
still,
That's cool.
That's all.
yep. 5 spells from the cleric spell list. So, like, is that whenever I level up? Is that what you're saying? Is
I'm gonna
whenever
let you
I
do it. I'm gonna let you do it now.
okay.
So if you want to do that, you can, because
Jesus.
you know you guys just leveled not too long ago.
Yeah, we won't get new spells for a while.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
go nuts.
Okay. Cool. I'm just wondering, when the wording is a little weird. When you add new spells to your spellbook as normal.
Yeah.
Because normally I add spell scrolls to my spellbook.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
think you
I
might
can't-
want to have it say, when you level.
Yeah, I should do
And-
that. But for now,
Yeah.
you can do it now.
For
'Cause
now,
you-
I can just grab any
Yeah.
5 spells from the cleric spell.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's as
Uh,
if you were taking your first level of wizard,
Yeah.
but instead of wizard spells, it's cleric spells.
when
Heal,
you
take heal.
level.
Now there's going to be
I might.
even more decisions for you to make when you
I
prepare your spell
know.
list for
No
the day.
shit, right? I don't have any extra I don't have any extra like, hey, you can now prepare this many new spells.
Nope.
Nope,
Have
it's just
fun. Yeah.
I can't hold all these options.
Yeah. There's too many options. I can't hold them in my hands.
But it'll give you some flexibility on what you're preparing
yes,
when.
well.
Hey, we got our hero's feast spot now.
Oh, we do. I don't have to take it anymore. Wait, did I already
Alright.
take it? No,
I'll
I
tell you
didn't.
guys that there's a certain zen quality to beast being. What are you doing on this deck? I'm gonna hit the thing.
Oh,
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
There really is. Like when I was playing what's it called? Rogue in Prime's game. I was like, it's so nice being able to just we leveled up? Great. Roll hit points? I'm done.
Oh, I get to add this new thing to my sheet. Cool.
One
it
new
just
thing.
happens. Wonderful.
Exactly.
Lovely 10 out of 10.
Okay.
All right. I will do that
Yeah.
now. I'll don't nobody talk to me. I'm busy looking at cleric spells.
Okay. While you're doing that, does anybody want to do anything before Monday besides look at cleric spells?
Not specifically, just the same, around the house stuff that we've been doing.
Okay.
Well, I'll go into town and pick up my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The counterspell tokens and stuff.
Okay.
The other
Okay.
thing we're gonna need is a detect animals rod,
Oh my god.
just so we can find all the ones that are hidden.
Well, apparently Moose takes care of some of them, so I guess there's that.
Yes, Moose does take care of some of them. Aoife, when you're spending time with Shaddoc, she's like, showing you all the new animals she has, and she tells you about like, and I've been in like Tegan's workshop, and because he's gonna make a new leg for quackers, I swept up around his workshop, and he showed me how to, and she kind of stops. I don't think. Oh, I'll just tell you. He showed me how to sharpen some of his tools with
Okay.
gloves, like Mom says. Mom and Mama, um. Yeah. And we have a new ferret. His name is Cheese. He's green. And there's stuff that grows on his back. Mama says it's really useful for like things though. And I feed him crickets. Oh, well, like, I like animals. I try. Like every day I spend time with Chipmunk, and every day I feed grapes to quackers, and Cheese also gets like I take Cheese out, and Moose I take Moose out with Cheese sometimes. Um so I'm really trying really hard. Did you find the bear I made you?
I knew it. No
How
one
the fuck
figured
did
that
you
out.
know it? How the fuck did you know it?
Cause she turns into everything else.
Yeah. I made it.
Liar, you didn't know it.
What did I just ask her to do? Excuse me, I know what she does.
Okay, fine.
Like, just checking. How many druid levels do you have?
No. Like when I put on Mom's like hat? It is a really good hat. I missed the squid one though, but that didn't stay for long. Oh, I'm really glad you like it. Do you want me to make you another one? Okay, I can make you another one. Tegan's been showing me how to make things out of wood, so I think it's going to be made out of wood because I can't find a shell that big. She's really excited about this. Yeah, after you guys hang out with each other, she goes to Tegan's workshop and he's asking Tegan for like a block of wood, which he happily gives to Shaddoc. Okay. So, what is everybody doing on Monday?
Oh, for a minute I thought you were like
Wait.
asking us IRL what we were doing on Monday.
Hang on. I want the special weekend.
Oh,
No, it's fine.
I thought you were busy picking spells.
I am. I just, Mallory got her.
I wasn't sure
know.
if you wanted to pick spells over your special weekend.
It's fine.
No, it's not. I had
You can
stuff
cast-
planned out.
Tilda can cast eventful spells, right?
Yes, she can.
Ooh, holy aura. Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
On
I
Saturday.
can only pick 5, you guys.
Okay. On Saturday night, there are several things that happen.
Nice.
Tegan does leave for a few hours prior to the evening. While he is gone, there is a special delivery that is made. A messenger has brought a giant bouquet of flowers.
To whom?
To you.
To moi?
To Tilda, to Lady
Okay.
Matilda. And these aren't no ordinary flowers. We got like some beautiful we got we got your standard, we got some blue lilies in there, topped off with some orange and blue birds of paradise, arrayed with a bunch of other flowers that I am blanking on because I'm usually good at flowers and now they're just all leaving my head.
Don't you love it when that happens?
I know, right?
Happens to me every single time I DM, as you might have noticed.
Okay, here we go. You know what? Fuck it. We got some birds of paradise with some lilies dotted with some purple orchids with some tasteful, very large palm-like leaves. Dotted with a couple sunflowers. We'll pretend that works because I forgot what orchids were for like 5 seconds. And some lady slippers. Lady slippers are really neat. So that is delivered. It's pretty much the size of like a small dog. Medium-sized dog. So 45-pounder
dear.
dog. Yeah, it's not that heavy, but it's a big bouquet. there is apparently
There's a parrot?
there's no parrot. There is a chef actually that comes onto the premises. He's actually going to be taking over the kitchens for the night, with his staff. Apparently, that he was hired by Theo, from one of the more popular gourmet restaurants in town, and he has hired his services for the night.
Theo knows that we have professional chefs, right?
Yeah, but
like every night.
Yeah, he does, but he's if there was like a celebrity chef, like a Wolfgang Puck,
I see. Yeah.
of the world, he's hired that person.
Okay, fair enough.
So he's hired that person with an entourage. He has also several did you decide on a wet nurse? Or did you just want I don't know if you did or not. You were talking about you guys were talking about.
Yeah, I was saying that after about a month, Tilda would probably be ready to sort of consider having a wet nurse. I don't think they would have gotten around to hiring one just yet, but if it's absolutely necessary that we do, then sure, we totally did that.
Okay. Well,
if it's integral to Theo's plan.
Well, hired help for the night.
Sure.
More or less.
Literally, we can foist the child off on her grandfather, who lives with us.
Yeah, pretty much. He volunteers to take Trixie, for the night, of course. Because he's actually has a lovely dinner for you guys planned out. The dining area has actually been spruced up a bit, more than usual. It's like if you were going to decorate the premises for a nicer party, but it's just you two.
Okay.
And he has hired a small band, like a pair of violinists and a percussionist to play music during the whole meal. Like, not the intrusive type of music, kind of like background music.
Background music.
Exactly. Yep. To enjoy your candlelit romantic evening. Of course, you can't have like alcohol. Anyways, so he's planned a pretty nice dinner for the night for the two of you. And and he comes out like when dinner arrives, he lets you know beforehand that you guys are gonna have dinner at the house. He will go to your room, to escort you downstairs.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
As a gentleman does. Anything particular you would like to be wearing?
I mean, I am so bad at this. Tilda absolutely would have gotten dressed up. In something much not necessarily like, hey, the queen's having a ball kind of fancy, but also not her normal level of fancy, elevated fancy.
Right.
Fancy plus.
Exactly.
Fair. I know.
And that's about the best I can do in terms of describing this, because honestly, I am so bad at clothes.
That's fine. You are fancy plus for tonight. Dress to the nines for occasions such as this.
You don't want to be overdressed.
No,
you all look silly. But you don't want to be underdressed either.
No, of course not. And The God damn it. The following has been prepared. There is, hold on. In large, I can't read from that far. God damn it. Okay, hold on. I need the screen closer to my face. There we go. There is a puff pastry with a warm lobster salad for the first course. It's a 4-course meal.
Okay.
There is then for the salad, you have a strawberry walnut salad topped with a aged balsamic vinaigrette. For the main course, there is the choice of a dry age, I'm going to say, Gardanian strip steak. However, New York doesn't exist in this place. With a Kona rub, with a side of crispy fingerling potatoes, and roasted asparagus topped with aged Parmesan cheese and a lemon juice drizzle. And for dessert, there is the choice of a simple cheesecake with a raspberry drizzle, or a strawberry. Must get closer to the screen. Sorry.
I must say that doesn't sound very appetizing.
I was gonna
Strawberry.
say, if you could describe it to me, I could probably help you, but I see that you're reading something, so never mind.
Yeah, I'm reading something. It is the version of a strawberry blondie, but there is a delicate caramel and white chocolate topping on it that has been fried, deep fried, so it's crispy. There we go. Stupid
I mean,
menus that can't be.
I might go with the second one, but I think Tilda would go with the cheesecake.
Okay. But yeah, that is the 4-course meal. He didn't want to go 6-course because, that might be a little too much, and you
Yeah.
had a child, about a month ago, so yes.
Yes.
And he's making casual conversation throughout.
He's making the conversation. I, on the other hand, am completely silent.
You guys are chatting back and forth, and
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I'm teasing.
But yeah, it's a very lovely dinner. He wasn't, during the conversation, to discover, he wasn't sure if he wanted to go out, knowing how tired both you and him have been. He wanted to make this evening as relaxing as possible because he felt like that's something you both needed.
Honestly, I think as he's saying this, Tilda's just like kind of smiling in a just kind of like watching him and smiling at, like, if you were watching this on a television or something, like, you could see the love sparkling from her eyes. This is, you can see that, like, I love this man so much, just kind of written all over her face. She just kind of takes his hand and presses a kiss to his knuckles. It's been wonderful, darling.
I'm glad you think so. Sorry.
not to sound greedy,
Mm-hmm.
but is there anything else you've planned on this lovely night?
Well, actually, there was. I figured that, um, well, uh, he will, I figured after dinner, maybe, there I have had some renovations done to um the to the baths. You'll
Oh?
see. You'll see. You'll see. Um so afterwards he does, he leads you to the bathroom.
Hmm.
There is pretty much like he, without you knowing, for somehow during during like the week, he has installed like one of those very large like clawed tubs in the area. It's candlelit. There had been people who have been um drawing a bath while you guys were having dinner. Um He doesn't mean it. Oh my god. It's supposed to be relaxing. Relaxing. He's not thinking about that chill. I hate you guys. I hate you guys so much.
Pay no attention to them, dear. Tell me more about our date, Darren.
Yes. Relaxing giant bubble bath with scented essential rose oils.
Cool.
God, I wish I had a bathtub so bad.
Yeah. And with all the candles you would want.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Of course he filled the bathroom with a couple giant bouquets of flowers as well.
Of course.
Yes.
Why wouldn't he?
Yes.
Bless this boy.
I don't know why I just thought about it. It was like two bros sitting in a hot tub.
Tub.
5 feet apart because they're not gay.
But yes, he has prepared like just, a relaxing bubble bath for you.
For two?
For two.
Or just for one?
For two.
Okay.
Also there is some chocolate if you wish to partake, if you're not too full.
She'll eat a few
Okay.
throughout the bath. Not trying to make a pig of herself,
Of course,
so
of
to
course.
speak, but also doesn't want to have the effort go to waste.
And then after the bath,
Mm-hmm.
as you guys are getting ready for bed,
Mm-hmm.
or getting ready to relax, you spot something new on the nightstand. Give me a second.
Oh. Is it jewelry?
That's not what I wanted.
Is it a paper star to add to my collection?
I pinged it privately.
Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's time to make another sibling.
Sorry.
Tilda is very she like kind of looks down and then looks over at Theo.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably he is looking at her discovering this thing, and
Yep.
she just kind of I presume it's both the earrings and the necklace.
Yep.
Okay.
Gorge.
I don't right. She immediately starts putting in the earrings and says, I might need a little help with the necklace.
Oh.
Dearest.
He'll step forward and help you put that on.
And before he can step away after, clasping the necklace, I pull him in for a kiss. And fade to black.
Okay. Doop, doop, doop. Excellent.
Not necessarily trying to make a sibling, but this might be like the first time that because like your body needs to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
First.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this might be the first time since.
Okay. Cool. So, does anybody have anything else they want to do before Monday?
So now that we've had all our dates,
Propose, damn it!
Who are you talking to?
Coward!
Deacon.
How do you think that belt
Cord.
feels?
how do you think who feels?
The belt.
The belt.
The belt.
It is so bored. It is so fucking bored.
So fucking
yeah, I can
bored, and
only
like the
imagine.
one thing it's like, do something. Okay.
Raine is nothing if not petty and waiting.
Okay. So,
Or it might just be me. It's hard to tell.
on Monday, who are the 5 that get the orbs?
Does Tilda ever get back to us?
Yeah, does Tilda ever get back?
I think the day before she would maybe send something to Zaitari saying, if you want, basically, do you want me there or Theo?
I would reply back. That is quite up to you, my dear. We have no preference.
Guys.
Well, if you want us to make the choice for you, then we can. But Zaitari would say that she doesn't care because she would never do that. But we can pick as players to decide for you. But yeah. Because if you can't decide, honestly, I think either of them would be good. But probably Theo.
Really?
Oh, really? I'd pick Tilda if I
Well,
had to
damn.
pick.
Mechanically, out of character, Tilda.
Okay.
Right.
In character,
right.
even though it's always shit on Raine o'clock, it would definitely be Theo.
Theo doesn't shit on Raine.
No.
You're like, that's why she wants Theo to be there.
See, and that is Tilda's fundamental misunderstanding of Raine. No, because that wouldn't not want Tilda to die and leave the kid without a mother.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, see, that's why I picked Theo. And also, I like,
Mm-hmm.
I
saying
do also think that,
mechanically, I would
like,
pick Tilda. I'm not saying roleplay wise.
I do also think Theo brings, some more tanking to the group, which is nice. Which I realize, like, we have a lot of that, but, you know, just like,
Hmm. I don't know, guys.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
No, I guess the first question is, hearing back from Zaitari, would Tilda then want to choose, or would she want to say, you guys choose?
Basically, yeah, I think she would say, you guys choose.
okay,
Like, it's your...
Because that kind of puts the ball back in our court.
it does.
Mhm. One of us will be there. And it's up to you which one it is. Yes, this seems to be the overall...
Yeah, this seems to be the
If-
overall.
If Zaitari were to reply herself, she would say, well, Tilda, it's been a while since we've been on an adventure, and I do so miss you. So that would be her response. So
I guess the question is, does Zaitari bring it up with the rest of the group?
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I imagine we're probably, well, I would summon everybody after getting the response back of, that we're deciding, but she will send another sending regardless, just to, like,
What are you doing?
this is my opinion, but I'm going to talk to the rest of them. So
Melanie will say, honestly, I don't know which one of them wants to leave Trixie. And
I mean, I would imagine neither. So
I would imagine, yes, that neither of them want to leave their child. I don't know who I'd want. Obviously, either of them are strong combatants. I think either of them would be a great help, but I don't feel qualified to answer as to which one of them should come.
I mean, either of them would be useful, but I think Theo would be better. I do enjoy not getting kiddos often. No offense, Melanie.
Did that come through at least?
what?
Well, apparently when Tano does the it doesn't come through.
It's
Nope.
probably because it's too low for it to, like.
It must be
it's
too
probably
low.
registering it as background noise and filtering it out.
Probably.
Oh yeah, the husky filter.
The husky filter.
What was I gonna say? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
It does.
I think I already said it. I don't have an opinion that I'm gonna give.
Yep. Raine's claiming Theo, and if anyone cares to, I don't think anyone would
Ugh.
care to insight check it, but she's lying.
I mean, I have a 22 passive, but I doubt that's going to beat your passive deception. And you know,
Probably.
Zaitari probably just
It
doesn't
could.
read into it too much.
It does actually.
Oh, it does. But yeah. Zaitari's gonna say she would prefer Tilda. It's been a while. Same reasoning. It's been a while since she's been with us, and maybe give some daddy-daughter time for bonding. So, Aoife, I think you're our deciding vote, unless you also choose to abstain. In which case, Melanie, you have to pick. Melanie, you have to make a choice. So.
I know I do. I honestly, I don't know. I don't want either of them to have to leave Trixie.
Should we flip a coin?
That seems like a weird way to decide such a thing, but I won't be the thing that decides it.
Well, I realize that it's hard to disregard this, but keep in mind you are both leaving Shaddoc here. So, take Trixie out of the equation. Who would you rather be on this adventure with us?
Tilda.
Then it'll be Tilda. I will send Tilda a sending. We all unanimously agree that we would like you to come with us, my dear. No, I am not lying, and yes, even Raine wants you to come.
Well, now I know you're lying. I'll be there.
Also, I said that sending out loud and looked right at Raine when I said that. So.
The book just says you fucker.
Or I can imagine just Raine like flipping the bird after like she say that.
Yeah.
2 birds.
At least I know. At least I know Tilda won't believe it.
Okay. Tilda's there on Monday.
All right. So, when all 5 members of the participating team have their orbs, there is a voice that comes through. Like, congratulations for accepting these invitations.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear God.
I regret everything.
I regret this. No. Yeet! Yeet the orb!
I'm Master Lyris. It's so good for all of you to be participating in my tournament. So, here's how it is right now. You have 24 hours to prepare to bring everything you need for the tournament, and then in 24 hours you will be transported to my realm.
This is seriously like a teenager. That's who we're. Okay.
So, I look forward to meeting all of you, and good luck to everyone.
Oh my God, you're missing a lot of likes. Darren, it's like I am so looking forward to like meeting all of you. Like, good luck.
Like, if you're gonna speak like the language of my people, that'll be so.
So that's
like you have to put like a lot of likes in there. Like, okay.
So,
but you should also know that generally there's like a vocal fry thing that's like going on in most these sorts of voices now. So like,
Oh yeah, that's true. There's like a lot of, everybody. I'm just saying this ironically, by the way. Everybody's like depressed, so you gotta like tone it down a little bit. Unless you want to be like the 90s and early 2000s Valley girl, like okay. Anyways,
whatever.
So you guys have 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like okay. I think we're all good and prepared, right? Have you made it? Do you have another potion of slipperiness that you can hand over to me, Raine?
I do.
All right.
I will give you one. That will
check.
take me down
What
to
about me? You got one for me?
Yep. That'll give
Alrighty.
me like 2.
I'll go ahead and mark myself at one of those.
I have 2
And
potions
then-
of great healing and a superior healing potion, so I'm probably good on healing potions, but I don't know what you've made to hand out to everybody.
So we're gonna find out, I guess, right now. I return to my alchemy lab, consult with Demeter,
Mhm.
and tally up the final results.
Okay. So remind me what you wanted, and I'll tell you how many she made.
Well, that's an excellent question. Well, there was, of course, the didn't you,
I think we wrote this down somewhere.
Zaitari wrote something exactly though. Did Zaitari have a special request?
No, I got you your potion of invulnerability, so you
Alright.
need to give that to whoever's having it. I did not have a special request aside from you said you wanted that, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sure I have connections.
I think otherwise we were just doing healing potions because
Didn't you want to make yourself a potion of speed or something?
oh yes, I did want speed. Oh god, yeah.
How could
I
you
wanted-
forget that? You're the fucking rogue. You went haste all the time.
Yeah. We wanted I probably wanted at least I wanted 2 potions of speed. If I can get 2, that would be great. And then just as many health potions as probably just small ones because I'm just looking to keep people up.
Okay. So here's what she has got for you as far as potions of speed and health potions are concerned. She was able to make with some help from Persephone because she's starting to French fry. Seriously, you just got your food. Sorry.
I want more, mother.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't you know they
Don't-
just always want more? Meow,
don't-
meow, 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 meow.
Don't sit on the keyboard. All right. We have 4 regular healing potions. We got 2 potions of speed.
That's good. I think that'll get us through. I hope. out.
Before you leave, hold on 1 second. I can't see the screen with your fat ass, you damn cat.
Sounds like a you problem, mother.
This is the most inopportune time.
When else would I do it? That's cat dude.
Okay. I've been saving this one, she says, and she goes into a chest and she hands you a vial. I can't make these often, but I think you can use this. It is 1 potion of supreme healing.
Ooh.
God damn.
I was keeping this in the back for a bit. Took me a really long time to make it. So, but I think you guys can use it.
Yeah, I fucking bet. I think those things take like a year.
I almost hope I don't need it, but thank you. You've done good work here. I appreciate it.
Hey, you gave me and my daughter a place to stay. The least I could do.
Maybe keep an extra eye out on Shaddoc while we're gone.
Of course.
Maybe.
You know
maybe-
I lock up all my flammables away, so she's not getting to those.
Well, We'll see.
Me and Demeter will keep an eye on her, I promise.
Me and Persephone.
Persephone. Yeah.
I had to really think about which one's the adult.
Yeah, she's cloned herself in the meantime, you
Yep.
know.
Yep.
As one does, you know, in D&D.
I assume.
It's real difficult to keep up with your fake names.
Yep. I assume everybody also takes the time to say goodbye to people.
Yeah.
Nah, no. Obviously.
I don't remember how many counterspell tokens I got.
I think 3. 3 sounds right.
Okay. I'd have to scroll really far up on the chat here.
All right. Yeah, Shaddoc
Okay,
definitely, knows what's up at this point. She definitely hates it that you're leaving again. That's very
Sure.
like all of you. Like it's like for her, it's not just moms, but Aoife and Zaitari. Because you're around all the time. Like when you're not out, you're just around, and she bugs all of you.
I will say during our 24 hours to prepare, I'd like to go into town and see if I can buy any potions of growth.
Let me take a look if anybody has any.
If not, that's okay.
All right. Oh, let's see. Damn it! Why? There are 2 available.
Oh my god, yes. How much each?
Potions of growth are going to run you. Where is it? Potion of growth. 270 each. So that
Do I
is
get a discount for
540.
getting 2?
If you get the discount getting 2, it's an even 500.
I will get 2.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you really need the money, I will just give it to you. But
Oh, I like to ask.
yeah, no, that's a good point.
Alright, 2 potions of growth so I can be big as hell later.
Anybody else looking for anything in particular?
A way to defeat everybody without having to do anything.
Oh, yeah, good. We'll look into that.
Actually, that was the old picture. Now it's just going across the keyboard
Oh,
picture.
I was wondering why my AC was just a 15. I forgot from the fight I took.
You took off your armor.
Yeah. I'm like, that's really low. It should be like 20. God, what do we even have attuned to myself right now? My weapons, the ring. Oh, that's right, and the necklace. Okay.
Did you take back the displacer cloak, KK? Theo?
Yes. If he is not here, I assumed I took it back.
Give it back, bitch! You ain't using it.
It's that movie. It's like, oh, she's wearing my stuff, and they did a, and they take. I'm gonna think about that for a while. It's gonna bother me.
I think it happened
Cinderella.
in me.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They just ripped it.
When the little mice make the dress and they're like, "Those are my beads," and they rip them off.
Yeah, because
Is that what we're talking about?
I
Yeah,
think
the
so,
mice
yeah.
stole all the fabric and the beads and everything from stuff that they weren't using. So.
Yeah, because I unattuned from the ring, because I'm just assuming whatever we're gonna fight is gonna have ways to see through it. Those jackasses did that came and fought us, so we're getting into that level now. So
Yeah.
better to have.
Where everything hits and the AC doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm basically just trying to double the chances for a 1.
Pretty much, yeah. I should just take off my armor and put on a displacer cloak. It's probably a better idea.
If you have to roll 10% chance to roll a 1, you know?
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I don't know exactly what yet, but in the 24 hours, I would like to find spell components for my new cleric spells.
Mhm. Yeah, you can decide your new clerics. Yeah, you can decide your new cleric spells while like after the game.
Mhm.
And
Thank
you
you.
know, retroactively get whatever spell components you need.
Thank you.
I have Revivify and Raise Dead. So
Okay,
they are
that's good to know.
literally permanently on my spell list. I cannot remove them. So
Oh boy, the resentment in that.
no, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
It's
Really.
fine. It's
It's
fine.
fine.
Can I have with it, please?
Honestly, I can't remember what else I was going to take aside from Raise Dead. Because I took Chain Lightning when I got those magical secrets. And I was like, maybe I'll take this. But then I'm like, no, I should take Raise Dead because we don't have a cleric. So
I might still take one or the other just in case we have to raise you.
Revivify would be a good idea. I have a couple diamonds for that, so I have 3 Revivify diamonds right now.
I was also thinking, what's it called? Prayer of healing. Excuse me. Beg pardon. Prayer of healing for some out of combat.
That is a good idea, yeah.
And plus, like it's, you know, I don't want to just take like super high level because I only have certain amounts of spell slots for those.
Spiritual weapon is always a good option. Like obviously it uses up your bonus action, but you don't have to concentrate on it. So.
That is true. Although I do have the dual focus concentration feat, so I'm not super like what's the word I'm looking for? Fussed about concentration. I mean, obviously, if I don't have to concentrate, that's all the better. But
it is a real high ask at an 8th level spell, but Holy War is holy shit good. 5 foot radius, so within 30 feet. Everyone in that you choose until the spell ends 1 minute later has advantage on saving throws. So that's basically plus 5 to all saving throws. Disadvantage on attack rolls against them until the spell ends. And then Fiend are Undead doesn't really do anything. But still.
I will point out it also makes light shine from all of us, and it's the components are very specific.
Are they expensive?
So the material component is a tiny reliquary worth at least 1,000 gold, containing a sacred relic, such as a scrap of cloth from a saint's robe or a piece of parchment from a religious text.
Hey, you're literally talking to a god. I'm sure they can get you a hookup.
That's fair.
I was able to acquire a potion of invulnerability. I could probably, through my connections, get you that. So you just have to pay for it.
No. I just wake up one day and I have like a scrap of Erathas's toga in my hand.
I ripped when I was walking through the gate, darling. Keep it.
Okay. So, besides saying...
Oh, and it does...
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
What's the one spell that gives you 2d8 on attacks? We know how
Holy
ridiculous
weapon.
that is on a monk. Is that Holy Weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just gonna say Holy Aura also, I need to succeed on Constitution saving throws or be blinded until the spell ends.
Oh Christ.
Yeah.
No. Attacker must succeed. You don't have to.
Oh, that's the blinding light. Okay.
The aura flashes. Oh, okay.
Oh, you
You're
mean
right. Nope. You're right. It's when a fiend or undead hits an affected creature with a melee attack, the aura flashes with brilliant light. The attacker must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or be blinded until the spell ends. Okay. So that's not bad. Sorry.
That's fine.
But it is a big ask. It's an 8th level spell. But
Mm.
like I said, it's basically +5 to your saving throws and more chances to roll 20.
What's my other level spell at the moment? Dominate monster.
Okay. So, so I assume
I
that in this.
imagine.
Sorry.
I was gonna say Raine would probably talk to also Danica and Iskin. So basically, Shaddoc's gonna just have a little cadre of rogues watching her from every shadow that she's near.
I figured.
A
Yeah.
cadre of rogues.
Like one of them is just gonna duck into a corner to hide, and they'll be like the others who are already there. It's like, what the fuck? Jesus.
Yeah.
Find
It's
your
like,
own corner.
it's like, I'm in this bush. You go in the other one.
Exactly.
Everybody's walking around invisibly, and they go, "Oh hey,
Okay.
Oh,
didn't see you there."
Won't catch you later. Anyways. Okay. All right. So we have a little cabal of rogues following Shaddoc around. That's great. People saying their goodbyes to significant others, their children, friends, every single animal that has been acquired.
Shaddoc makes you both say goodbye to all of them.
Just pose you to each enclosure you've made. Okay, now say goodbye to quackers.
Raine would also, before they leave, have Melanie like, okay, you got to take at least one of these. You can take both, and offer her the potion of invulnerability and the respite potion.
It's a respite potion.
It basically gives you a long rest, and then you have to rest within 12 hours. Basically,
Yes.
you get all the benefits of a long rest by taking a potion.
And what's the invulnerability?
Half total damage for a minute.
Respite, I guess, but I probably won't use that. And I have the Hill Giant rune, so I already have half damage to, like, a rage, basically. So invulnerability isn't going to be a huge thing unless we're taking a lot of magic damage. Keep them both, darling.
I would feel a lot more comfortable if you took one of them.
Okay, well, the respite.
Alright, we'll go with the respite potion and we'll mark it off my sheet.
Okay.
How do you guys want to split up? I'd also offer to split up the 4 health potions anyway, the group wants. So does anyone need health potions?
I have 3.
They should probably. I'm good. I know I'm good. We can decide as we go through fights, because I think we all have some potions right now, and we can divvy them out as we
I just wanted to make sure
Need.
some stuff was given. Just because, in case you do something like, oh, guess what? We brought you here and fight!
Yeah, true.
I have 1 potion of healing, like regular, and I think that's it. But I am also,
Yeah, I'm a
the
cleric now. Well, you should
I
take at
have
least 1 more, possibly 2. Just in case, yeah. Doesn't hurt.
okay. I really depends on how you offer them to her, but
Just chuck it and run now. How would you do
I know where you sleep.
Shit. I imagine we're meeting up beforehand, and she's just gonna go around offer potions to everyone. Be like, Tilda, made a couple health potions. Need any?
Sorry, are you doing this in front of everybody, or are you doing it privately?
I would assume we're all meeting up together before we get whisked away, so it's probably in front of everyone.
Then Tilda kind of glances up, looks around, her eyes fall on Aoife, and then she sort of mumbles to Raine, "What does it matter, the death of another noble?"
Well, it's going to matter if you die while we're in the combat arena, so I guess it's me. You're gonna die despite me, Tilda.
Despite you? No.
I didn't think so.
She just takes the vial, tucks it like into where she keeps this stuff, and
Yeah, and she'll make the same offer to Aoife and everyone else, but I think we established that no one was taking them. Let's see.
Yeah, I've got some.
Sorry, I'm distracting our DM with private messages.
Okay.
Adding yet more potions to the long list of just random shit that the rogue has collected. We have potions of speed on here. Okay, I have to put it on again.
Okay. Sounds good. Anything else?
No.
Nope.
Not that I can think of.
Nope. Got it all.
Okay. Cool. 24 hours is up. The green orbs start to glow. And you are all engulfed in a bright light. When your eyes adjust to the settings, you all arrive in a rather humid tropical area. You are currently in a large arena. You're currently in a large arena.
Oh, hell. Nobody told me that this would be tropical.
To be fair, none of us knew.
When you look,
I hate humidity.
when you look all around you, there are people and monsters and creatures of all sizes. There are giants in the sea, the sea of people. There are devils. There are you even think you spot a Jin at one point. There are just a variety of different humanoids and non-humanoids. You think you actually see something that looks like a giant like lion person. That's not like a werebeast. And as everybody is like in shock and awe and like starting to like, you know, chitter and chatter, there is a voice that sounds over the arena. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my domain. I'm up here. Hello. And in like a Caesar-like box above the arena, there is an androgynous-looking individual in rather simple blue robes. From this distance, you can't really make out like clear features on their face. But even though looks like he's just speaking normally, everybody can hear him. So, welcome to the tournament. As you may have noticed, you're all in the same place at the same time. This isn't a battle royal. We do have brackets. Don't start fighting one another, because if you start fighting one another, then I'll have to ban you and you won't be able to participate in the tournament. Okay? Okay. In front of you, there is one of my denizens, and in front of you, there is like a person, like a human, dressed in rather foreign clothing. They have like kind of like harem style pants, but they're not really harem style pants. They're like, a lot of these individuals have darker skin, and like there's like kind of a wrap around their head. The clothing they're wearing is pretty Southeast Asian inspired, I would say. A lot of like wraps and such. And each one holds out several sheets of paper. And as these individuals speak, you can perfectly understand them. So I am going to show you guys the brackets.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Also, as we're looking around, is there anyone here that we recognize?
Perception checks for if you want to do that.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, of course. I had to fucking ask.
There
I get it.
are, and I will tell you how many people there are about.
Tell me what my elf eyes see.
Oh my god, of course I got a fucking natural one that rolls out your goddamn 20. Oh!
Perfectly balanced.
Aoife, Melanie, Raine. If you would like to roll Tilda, you may do so as well. If you want to
Too
look
many
around.
people.
There's about 200 people.
Who the hell are we? Oh, the heroes of Leona. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wild
Sorry.
Fae from the Feywild.
Who would have guessed? Dragon forces from the Underdark. Okay.
It's a lot of people. And there are a lot of heated people right now. Actually, there is what you see like as a demon-looking creature, like start to lash out at another group. You see Lyris turn his head towards that figure, and just as that demon is about to strike at the other group, he disappears.
Oh wow, there's somebody from Sigil here. That's cool.
Yeah. And Lyris says, that's one combatant gone. Looks like you're going to have to find a replacement. So sad, too bad. Couldn't keep his claws to himself. Oh well. But I welcome you. The person that handed you the brackets is your guide. He or she will be showing you where you'll be staying. If you need special accommodations, just let them know. And you'll have about a day to get yourself situated in your temporary place of staying. And then we will begin. There'll be other rules that will be given to you once you get settled. And we will end there for tonight.